U.S. Treasury and the General Accounting Office made a more systematic audit program, and from 1975 to 1981, there was a series of yearly audits on portions of the gold with oversight by the General Accounting Office and the U.S. Mint. Now, those audits involved opening the vaults, counting bars, and testing random samples for purity. By 1981, they reported that there were no discrepancies that were found between the recorded and the actual numbers of gold in storage. But this too was not a 100% audit. The last report noted that about 212.7 million troy ounces had been verified, which represents roughly 80% of the total US-owned gold. And in terms of gold bars, they had checked only 21% of the gold bars by serial number. After 1981, though, the audit stopped, and since the 1980s, according to the US Mint and US Treasury, the gold is inventoried and audited regularly on the basis of trust me, bro. Now, the details of those audits, of course, are not told to the public. That is until 2017. That's when Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin made a publicized trip to Fort Knox, along with Senator Mitch McConnell and a few other officials. And this was the first time that a sitting Treasury had visited Fort Knox since 1948. After the visit, Mnuchin said, "Glad the gold is there." Unfortunately, one visit by government insiders is still not an actual audit. And that brings us to today. One of the biggest reasons why people are talking about gold again is because of the trade war and reports that banks are flying over 8,000 gold bars, about 2% of the total, out of London and into the US. And some people think that this absolutely confirms that the US is out of gold. But the real reason is actually something else. It's a banking strategy called arbitrage, and here's how it works. Right now, JP Morgan and HSBC are literally flying gold bars across the ocean from London to New York. And they're doing that because they're trying to fix their short positions and make some extra cash while they're doing it. That's because right now, gold is more expensive in New York than it is in London by about $20 per ounce. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're dealing with billions of dollars of gold, it adds up really fast. JP Morgan and HSBC